Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. So here we are once again, outside of being extremely overcast and cloudy today. It looks like a classic winter day, really, the way the clouds are and stuff. And you know, figured I'd come out here again to talk about the understanding of nature and how important that is for every person as an individual to gain the grading understanding of what it is to allow just nature to do its thing. You see, out here in this environment, none of these living beings is thinking about the past, worrying about the future, any of these things, um, worrying about not having enough of whatever it is that they need to just exist and live and just be. Because you see, there is this natural order, these universal laws that are forever present, and they never change. They always remain the same. And the way you can understand how these things work is you go out in nature and you see how everything is, right? They have everything they need all the time. There is never lack of water, lack of oxygen, lack of sunlight for them to just be in this environment. When you go out into a place like this, you understand the beauty of this realm and this reality. That when you take all the outside, the external influences out of the picture, everything is perfect just as it is. There is this absolute form of balance, harmony, alignment that is ever present, that never ceases to exist, even for us as people and humans. It works the same way with us. The problem is we have completely cut ourselves off from this state of being, this energetic way of living our lives, because we allowed ourselves to be influenced and moved in certain ways or directions because of all these outside external influences that exist, that they're always going to be here because these things were human constructs. You know, the whole fabric of society is based on a lot of these things. It's kind of sad to realize this sometimes, because then you understand that all of the problems that exist in the world today, they are man-made. If you took man out of the picture, the world would be perfect. Isn't that sad? Like, let's be real. That's a pretty sad realization. So what happens is, because this natural order, this universal system that exists, that it always perpetuates itself throughout life in this physicality here, in this realm, this construct, right? What happens is, when things become out of balance to a point where it reaches levels that are unsustainable, energetically speaking, nature and the universe will do its job, which is to make sure that everything goes back to its original state and the state that it has always supposed to be, which is balance, alignment, love, equilibrium, harmony, stability. How do you think this happens? Well, there are two ways this happens. The first way is the one that almost never happens, normally speaking, which is that we, by choice, have to make this happen for ourselves. And, you know, the world that we live in, everything around us, our environment. Because most humans, most people fail to do this on their own due to the external influences and conditioning and all that stuff that I talk about ad nauseum here all the time. Like I said, you guys are going to be sick of hearing me talk about these things, but the reason why I have to hammer it down is because it's the only way people get it and finally understand. For some, they're going to get it right away. They know, they already know, intuitively speaking, that, yeah, things are pretty messed up and whacked, completely unbalanced, and it's the extremes sides of the spectrum at this point, right? So when these points reach, and regardless though, even if we do that ourselves, okay, the way the universe works, the way this natural order, keeps things the way they're supposed to be, is it operates psychically. There are cycles. So when a cycle reaches the end of its timeline, because the cycles, they are sort of like fixed on certain times, on a certain amount of time, after a certain amount of years has passed, these things happen. And then these events occur to wipe the slate clean and reset the natural order, to bring everything back to its harmonious, perfectly balanced natural state. Just like this place here where I'm recording this video, everything here is perfectly balanced. There is nothing wrong with it at all. There is life, abundance, creation all around me, and at the same time, if I were to show you, there's no need to, because you know how it is in the woods. There is also death and decay everywhere here. Plenty of dead trees on the ground. It looks pretty barren right now because all the trees are hibernating throughout the winter, right? Outside of the perennials, that is. They're all sleeping right now. They're just taking a nap, waiting for the season of life to come back in, so they can then, grow, flourish, and bloom again. Nature understands itself. It always takes care of itself. And mankind is capable of doing the same thing, but we forgot how to do that. People have been asleep for too long. Because of the programming, the conditioning, the outside external factors that affect everything that we do and everything that happens around us. And for those of us who realize how this stuff works, it's pretty harsh sometimes because we just gotta deal with it, right? Knowing that, yeah, there's plenty of people out there with the same mindset that understand how things are, but currently, right now, there are not enough of us to change anything, to do anything, to try to come back to the natural order that I'm talking about to some extent. And because that happens, nature is going to do what it does, its own thing. Nature is going to take care of itself. How does it do that? There will be catastrophic things that happen. And this is not doom and gloom, guys. You have to understand the way the universe works. It cycles. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, and this is not sponsored or anything, but once again, I'm going to mention, Jason Bershears of Archaics. Go to his channel and watch some of his stuff, and you'll understand what I'm talking about his cycles and the Phoenix events and these things that happen every 138 years or so. Because if we can't take care of ourselves and do what we need to do to change things, to make things better for everybody, and even if we do, regardless, these cycles, they always happen, period. Until things reach a point where everything is back to balance again. The way nature wants it to be. The way it is meant to be. And that's why, I came out here to, make this video and talk about why to understand nature. The importance of understanding nature is to understand yourself. Because everything out here on this macrocosm is a reflection of your microcosm, your inner universe. It's very philosophical. But I love philosophy. If you follow my stuff, you know that that's what I like to talk about. Life itself and why we are here. So understanding nature, when you allow yourself to understand nature, the nature of reality itself, and how everything works, then you begin to understand everything about yourself. Because we work and operate the same exact way that this natural environment around us does. But we just forgot. Because we are so disconnected from all of it. Being disconnected is an awful thing. It causes so many issues. There are already issues to begin with that, we are the cause of it. Because like I said, man created all the problems, all the chaos, all the disruption, all the division, all the hatred. All of it. We did this ourselves. We did this to ourselves. So now it's time to have accountability for it all. And if we don't do that, nature and its cycles and the universe will do it for us. Do you see it? Do you see how it works? The beauty of the system that is flawless and it works perfect. Like a clock, like a Swiss clock that, never skips a second. It always keeps time perfectly well. This is how the universe works. The natural order will never be broken. Because these things always happen based upon their own timeline when they are supposed to happen. And we are approaching, we're approaching the end of a cycle soon. This has been documented, cataloged by so many different, writers and historians. And Jason, he does an absolutely awesome job talking about these things and explaining it all. So when 2040 comes, we're going to find out. And it's happening whether we like it or not. And then 2046, 6 years later. And like I said, this is not doom and gloom, okay? This reality, this realm, this world will continue to exist. I don't know about the human race in its current state, though. We have achieved the apex of technology, and we don't do anything good with it. All this technology that we have developed is only used for people to gain more power, more control. And none of these technology is utilized to benefit mankind. Why isn't any of these stuff being used to help to help solve so many problems that the world has, like hunger? That's not really a problem that shouldn't exist at all. Because abundance is infinite in this realm. Look at this place where I'm at here. There's abundance everywhere. Like I said, they don't worry about not having anything because they're always going to have what they want. It's the same thing with us as the human race. We have everything we need. Everybody should have everything they need. Everybody should have a roof over their heads, not have to worry about, having enough to, pay their bills, whatever, have enough food, all this stuff. There is plenty of it for everybody. There is so much of it, and so much of it goes to waste because of how the structure of the system that we live in works. And this video is getting long, I don't like to reach that 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, my friends? Just, we have come so far, and it feels like we've learned nothing. Because instead of us using what we should be using right now to make everything better for everybody, greed is in control of this machine, this structure. And greed speaks for itself. Therefore, that's where we are right now. So, go out in nature more if you're not one of the people that does that type of thing, because I promise you, you're going to start to understand things a lot better, and you're going to start to understand yourself way better, and the nature of what it means to be you. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, this video went a little longer than I was planning on, but that's okay. Sometimes, sometimes it goes a little longer. Yeah, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. It helps reach more people. I'm going to finish my walk here. So, I will catch you all next time. Take care. Be safe. Much love to you all.